Intro music swells. You are likely already paying for the most powerful AI ecosystem on the planet.
Yeah, you just haven't noticed it yet.
Right, because it didn't come in a shiny new app, it simply slipped into the background.
Exactly.
Welcome to today's deep dive. We are really glad you are here.
It is great to be here.
Today, we are looking at a massive shift that just happened right under our noses. Over the last 2 months, Google rolled out a suite of tools.
Tools that fundamentally change how we interact with our screens.
Exactly. We are mapping out the complete March and April 2026 Google AI Tool Guide.
We have a very clear path ahead for you today. First, we will start with how Google fundamentally changed its entire AI strategy.
Yeah, which is a big deal.
It really is. Then we dive into tools that fix your research workflow.
Which is something we desperately need.
Completely. After that, we transition into the new Creative Suite.
Right.
Then we explore agents that actually do your heavy lifting. And finally, we finish with prototyping and workspace integration.
Okay, let's unpack this.
We really need to look at the underlying philosophy first.
Yeah, let's start with the big picture, the invisible layer.
Google clearly realized something important. Building a single destination chatbot wasn't going to win the long game.
Right, so instead, Gemini acts as an invisible engine.
Exactly.
It powers tools people already use every single day, things like Docs, Search, and Gmail.
By keeping it in those familiar places, they bypassed the biggest hurdle in tech.
Getting humans to change their habits.
Right. People generally hate learning new platforms.
Oh, absolutely.
So Google just quietly upgraded the existing ones.
It makes me think about electricity, you know?
How so?
Well, you don't interact with the power plant directly to make breakfast. You just plug in your toaster. You want the heat, not a degree in electrical engineering.
That is a brilliant way to frame it.
Yeah.
This approach dramatically lowers the barrier to entry. It is an underlying system upgrade for your digital life.
Right. It is not just another bulky software release.
No. You do not have to change your daily habits. Your habits simply become vastly more capable.
It sits quietly in the background. It just waits for you to need it.
Exactly.
But that brings up an interesting tension.
Well,
Does making AI invisible risk making users too dependent on it without understanding how it works?
it is a valid concern.
Yeah.
But it actually shifts your cognitive load. You stop managing the tool itself.
Right.
You stop worrying about formatting or syntax. You start focusing purely on your actual output.
The underlying mechanism just fades away.
Precisely.
So it's about the work, not the workflow.
That is exactly it. The human intent finally takes center stage.
That naturally leads us to our next major problem, curing information overload.
Oh yeah, we all need help there.
Because the AI is integrated everywhere, it has a very specific new superpower. It organizes the absolute chaos of our digital lives.
We all suffer from that specific brand of chaos.
I am talking about the endless open tabs and scattered PDFs. It feels completely unmanageable sometimes.
It really does. NotebookLM is the absolute breakout star here.
You just upload your messy documents or scattered YouTube links, right?
Yeah, and it immediately provides grounded Q&A.
Let's quickly clarify that term. Grounded Q&A means answers strictly limited to the uploaded documents.
Right. It doesn't hallucinate outside information.
Which is a huge relief.
It is. It includes exact, clickable citations for every single claim.
It even creates these wild audio and video overviews.
Oh, those are incredible.
It basically turns your dry notes into a conversational audio track.
It is amazing. I use it all the time for long reports.
Then there's Disco. This is a brilliant labs experiment.
Yeah, it is currently sitting on a macOS waitlist, I think.
It is. But Disco is genuinely wild to watch in action.
It auto-structures your chaotic open browser tabs into Gen tabs.
It's like stacking Lego blocks of data, like pouring a massive bin of mixed Legos onto a table.
Right.
Instead of you sorting them, Disco instantly clicks all the red travel blocks together into a clean itinerary.
And it snaps the blue recipe blocks into a structured grocery list.
You suddenly have a structured model. It builds order out of your mindless browsing habits.
Right. You don't have to categorize anything manually anymore. It just figures out what you're trying to achieve.
And Pete, we also have Illuminate and Learn About.
Illuminate tackles incredibly dense, impenetrable academic papers.
Right. It turns them into natural conversational audio, like 2 AI voices discussing the paper in plain language.
It is incredibly helpful for digesting heavy, intimidating research.
And Learnabout is powered by the LearnLM model.
Yeah, it builds interactive textbook pages tailored exactly to you.
It gives you targeted quizzes and helpful analogies.
It is not just a traditional search engine at all.
No, it is a guided, personalized education platform.
It gently guides you through a complex, new topic, step by step.
Right.
It tests your understanding before moving forward.
Which is deeply valuable for actual retention. 2-sec silence. But I have to ask about this. With tools like Illuminate summarizing dense papers, do we lose the nuance of the original research?
Well, it is a delicate trade-off. However, it does not oversimplify the crucial core findings.
Okay.
Instead, it acts as a reliable bridge. It helps you grasp the foundational concepts very quickly.
Then you can dive into the actual paper with real confidence.
Exactly.
It's an on-ramp to the material, not a replacement.
It gets you securely in the door.
Once you have synthesized all that research, you often need to present it. That takes us to our next segment, the creative suite.
This is a fun one.
Right. We are moving from understanding complex data to generating completely new creative assets. We were talking images, video, and music.
This is where the output gets highly visual and highly specific.
Let's talk about Nano Banana. It is image generation built directly into the Gemini interface.
And the Pro tier supports up to 14 reference images.
Which is absolutely crucial for maintaining strict brand consistency.
Right. You can keep your specific character designs completely identical across different generations.
And it uses conversational editing. You do not have to fiddle with complicated sliders anymore.
No, you just ask it to change the lighting to a rainy Tuesday.
It's that simple. Then we have VO and Flow.
VO generates incredible photorealistic cinematic clips.
And there was just a massive update there.
Yeah, the April 1st, 2026 VO 3.1 Lite update.
That gives creators significantly cheaper and faster video output, right?
Exactly. And then Flow takes those isolated clips and intelligently structures them.
It builds cohesive, multi-scene stories from scratch.
It really does.
2-sec silence.
Whoa.
Pause. Imagine scaling a single prompt into a fully scored, multi-scene cinematic universe.
It is staggering to think about the creative leverage there.
It really is. We also have a tool called Whisk.
Oh yeah, Whisk is great.
It seamlessly blends a subject, a scene, and an artistic style.
Pomeli is incredibly fascinating too.
Right. You just feed it your company's website URL.
And it crawls your site and auto-generates brand-consistent social posts.
It reads your specific brand colors and your typography automatically.
It even adopts your exact tone of voice.
Which solves the hardest part of marketing at scale.
Definitely. And Mixboard offers an interactive AI mood board.
It has a brilliant circle-to-edit feature for quick adjustment.
Finally, Lyria generates custom, high-quality background music.
It is a complete production studio sitting right in your browser.
It really is an entire agency.
But I am curious about the image side.
Okay.
How does conversational editing in Nano Banana actually compare to the precision of Photoshop?
Well, it is a completely different paradigm entirely.
How so?
It is much closer to directing a skilled art assistant. You are not operating a manual technical tool.
Right.
You just guide the overarching vision while the AI handles the pixels.
You're the creative director now, not the pixel pusher.
That is the perfect way to phrase it.
Sponsor. Welcome back to the deep dive. We have gone from analyzing text to generating complex art.
But what if the AI could actually click the buttons?
Exactly. What if it could do the boring digital chores for you? Let's talk about agents that actually do things.
This is the absolute frontier of everyday automation.
We are looking at Project Mariner first. It is a highly advanced DeepMind prototype.
It visually navigates normal websites exactly like a human would.
So it actually recognizes graphical buttons and messy forms visually?
Right. It does not just blindly read the hidden backend code. It actually sees the visual layout of the page.
That is fascinating. Then there is the Gemini side panel.
Specifically, the auto browse feature.
Right. It automatically handles tedious multi-step browser tasks.
Things like gathering contractor quotes.
Or doing your routine online shopping.
Yeah, but it smartly pauses before any sensitive actions.
It waits for your explicit approval before buying anything or sending data.
Exactly.
I have to admit, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself, so trusting an agent to navigate the web visually feels a bit terrifying.
That is completely understandable. Prompt drift is a very real frustration.
Let's make sure we define that clearly.
Sure.
Prompt drift is the AI forgetting your instructions over a long chat.
Exactly. The context window degrades, and it loses the plot.
Right, it starts hallucinating.
Yeah.
We also have CC, the inbox agent.
This concept is absolutely wild to me. It is recursion in Gmail.
Let's define recursion simply. Recursion is a program repeatedly triggering itself to solve a continuous loop.
Right. The AI sends you a concise summary email of your calendar and your crowded inbox.
You literally just reply to your AI. You tell it to draft specific meeting agendas.
Based on its own morning summary, yeah. It handles the busy work.
We also have Opal. It builds functional no-code apps from plain English descriptions.
An app script uses natural language to write complex JavaScript.
You just tell it what workspace automation you desperately want.
You do not need to know a single line of actual code.
Let's define that quickly, too.
Okay.
JavaScript is a popular toolkit for building interactive user interfaces online.
Exactly.
But thinking back to AutoBrowse,
Yeah.
what's the reliable failsafe when an agent like AutoBrowse misinterprets a command while shopping?
The system is fundamentally designed with hard stops built in.
Okay.
It pauses before entering payment details or confirming destructive actions.
So it won't just empty your bank account.
Right. It keeps the human firmly in control of the final critical decision.
It does the legwork, but you pull the trigger.
Exactly. You remain the final authority.
Let's move to our final major segment today, prototyping and workspace integration.
You don't even need those separate agent tools if you already live inside Google Workspace.
AI is rapidly becoming the default layer in your daily boring documents.
It is seamlessly woven into the actual fabric of the software.
Let's look at Stitch first. It turns rough, hand-drawn wireframes into functional React code.
Right, and React code is just a framework for building modern web interfaces.
You just upload a messy sketch, the AI interprets the actual intent of your drawing.
It sees a scribbled box and knows it's a login button.
Then Firebase Studio spins up complete full-stack apps.
Full stack means building the visible design and the hidden database behind it.
Right, from a coffee shop napkin sketch to a fully deployed application.
But the daily office tools are where the real magic lives.
Workspace introduces the equals AI function directly in Google Sheets.
It classifies and extracts messy data right inside a single cell.
You literally type equals AI and ask a plain language question.
There are also persistent Gemini side panels in Docs and Gmail now.
And our everyday defaults are quietly shifting too. Maps, photos, and Lens have all this intelligence quietly woven in.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the goal was never a new, flashy destination.
No.
The goal was making existing, boring tools completely frictionless.
It reduces the heavy friction of daily computing to near zero.
It completely removes the annoying barrier between human thought and digital execution.
But I wonder about a tool like Sheets.
Yeah.
Is the equals AI function in Sheets going to make traditional complex formulas obsolete?
Not at all. It heavily augments structured data handling. It does not replace strict math logic entirely.
Yeah.
You still need traditional formulas for calculating your taxes.
Makes sense.
The AI just handles the messy, unstructured text data sitting alongside it.
Math stays the same. Data processing gets a brain.
Exactly right. That is the perfect distinction.
Let's take a step back and look at the big idea here. We have covered a massive amount of ground today.
We really have.
2 sec silence. Cost was never the real issue with integrating these tools. Most of this sprawling ecosystem is completely free.
Or it is already included in what you currently pay for.
The real barrier was simply a lack of awareness.
Awareness and stubborn human habit. People naturally default to what they already know.
Right.
The source material offers very grounded, practical advice here. Do not try to adopt 25 new tools today.
You will just completely overwhelm yourself.
That is a guaranteed recipe for immediate burnout. Pick one single category.
Just one?
Pick something that perfectly matches your current specific workflow. Try it just once this week.
Build that initial, comfortable familiarity first.
Yeah, just one small controlled experiment. That is all it takes to completely shift your perspective.
Exactly. Beat. We have unpacked a lot of complex ideas today, but I want to leave you with one final lingering thought.
Okay.
If AI is quietly becoming the default layer of our digital world, what happens to our own baseline of human curiosity when the operating system anticipates our questions before we even ask them?
It is a profound, fundamental shift in how we interact with all human knowledge.
It really is. Keep questioning the defaults. Stay curious. Outro music swells.